Hey guys, my name's Xavier, and welcome to our Battle Brothers Slaying the RNG series. If you're unfamiliar with Battle Brothers, it's an indie, turn-based tactical role-playing game. It's known mostly for its notoriously challenging battles, after which you get to level up your character's skills and gear, all the while adventuring around on an organically generated world map. So, what we're going to attempt today is one of the hardest challenges in Battle Brothers, a zero-death Ironman run, playing through an early Noble War on max difficulty settings. I'll be playing a little bit differently in this playthrough, as zero deaths requires a unique skill set, so I'll be sure to explain everything I'm doing and why as we go along. And also, Bravo Wolf will be here to keep things concisely edited.
Hey, my name is Wolf, and in addition to time-saving editing, I'll be providing you with occasional gameplay and mechanics information. And some other stuff. You'll see.
Anyways, let's slay the RNG, shall we? We'll use our custom-designed Butter Brothers logo by Bob. Additionally, I will name the company in honor of the Wildermouth Butter Crashers. Butter Crashers! And we're going to do late game Crisis of War with whatever the default seed is. We'll do Economic Difficulty Expert, Combat Difficulty Expert, Starting Funds Low, and I'm going to actually leave Iron Man off, even though I'm going to be playing as though it's on. And the reason being that every time you walk into a city, it takes a good 10 seconds to save the game, and the game's just unresponsive during that time. So when you want to walk into and out of a city 6 times, it's a full minute sitting around, and I'd rather not waste the time on it. So there we go. Here's our poacher background. If you guys are interested, you can hit pause and read it. But for the most part, the summary is that we've been poaching in the Noble Lord's lands, and he's very unhappy about this, so we start out with a penalty to our reputation with one of the 3 noble houses. So the first thing we need to do is check out our characters and also our inventory. Right out of the gate, our first character has Quick, which is plus 10 initiative, which is actually very good for Javelineer openers. Over here, we have Determined, which is actually great, meaning we always start at Confident, and plus 10 fatigue is pretty good as well. And we have Determined again on Goonbert, amazing, although we also have Impatient, and Impatient's pretty worthless. However, Determined is probably the best thing in the entire game, in my opinion, because it allows you to start with Confident Morale, which gives you a 10% bonus to attack, defense, and resolve, which is absolutely giant, enormous. Sometimes you can start with a spear or dagger randomly. We didn't get that this time, but we do have the typical furs, which is just a trade good, as well as a bandage to stop bleeding. So we'll throw the characters in the back here. I'll put the slinger in the middle, so he's a little protected, and the bandage on him as well. Now, for our first character, we have 52 range skill with 2 stars. Every single level, we're going to get 4 range skill up until level 11, which is the max rank, meaning we'll have 92 ranged skill at max rank on this character. Over here, we're going to have 87, and here we'll have 88. Additionally, it looks like we got a lot of decent stars in fatigue on at least 2 of the characters and high fatigue scores, so pretty good all around. We have 45, 42, and 27 for resolve stats. The 27 we'll have to deal with, but not too bad, actually. Those 42s and 45s are pretty good. In any event, the first character is going to be none other than Xavier the Woodsman. That is going to be me. Now, my ranged Javelineers, I want to have be openers who have crippling strikes, and they open up wounds on characters with very high accuracy, and they go very high initiative, so essentially they go before everyone else. I'm actually going to make good use of the Executioner perk here later on, which inflicts 20% damage against targets who have an injury. My Javelineers will have crippling strikes, which gives them a 33% lower threshold to inflict an injury, I suppose. Meaning we open up with Javelineers, 2 of them, and then we finish with ranged throwing axes who have Executioner but do not have crippling strikes. So essentially, I want my throwing axe characters to have a lower initiative. Unfortunately, every one of these characters has ridiculous initiative. So I'll just pick any old one, and we'll go with it. So Goonput over here is going to become Cinnamon. And over here on Roderick, we'll rename him to Monk. Side note, if you guys are interested in a character, link to our Patreon in the description down below. Very much appreciate the support enabling us to make these episodes. In any event, we're pretty much done here, so now it's time to check out the map. So, we come all the way out here, and we can see 9 settlements in the very north with the black flag and the white stag on top, and those belong to House Roomholt. Now, because we started poaching in House Roomholt's lands, we have less reputation with them, meaning we'll pay more at their castle settlements. I've put together a list of goals for this campaign. So in the early game, I want to get 6 characters right away. But the second and most important goal is to get leather and padded armor on everyone. We can get that from killing enemies, but they can kill us very easily before we have it. So I'm going to try to go to castle settlements and buy it where it's used on the market. And I don't want to pay a premium, so let's go to the southern lands instead and make friends with House Summerwine. Now, they only have a handful. 1, 2, 3, 4 settlements. Actually, 5, 6 if we count down here. They're very well spaced out, so not the best trading opportunities. However, they do have one thing I very much like right here, and that is not 1, but 2 lumber camps. In this game, many cities will get attacked. They will have a desperate need for lumber, and coming over here to Nordholz and just constantly buying cheap lumber will be absolutely fantastic for us, and we can deliver that for a huge profit all around the map. Additionally, since the Barbarians of the North DLC was added, being anywhere in the north is a little bit scary, I have to say, so going away from the north is not bad. And lastly, probably the easiest thing to fail a zero-death campaign on is being in or near a forest, because your sight vision is reduced, and early dire wolves are literally almost guaranteed to kill someone every single time you engage them. So I want to get away from the forest, away from the north, away from this faction we have very bad rep with, and we'll come down to the south. Unfortunately, there's just not many castles to trade with or to find a good supply of soldiers. There's one down here in Campburg, and it's only a size 2, indicated by the residence tiles here, meaning they're not going to have all that much, unfortunately. In any event, we want to avoid all fighting whatsoever. Let's come down here to Friedwald because it's really close. We'll hit up over here just to see what they have in Norrspiria. The things that I'm looking for this early on are quests that we have to go look for a location, potentially some caravan escorts if I deem them to be very easy, and then lastly, brigand quests that are under 200 gold once we get a couple of characters. So to Friedenwald we go. Now this entire campaign, I'm going to play on basically 1-time speed so I can react and hit pause if I need to. We'll edit the traveling between towns quite substantially. Now, the lumberjacks are not bad, but this is quite a pretty penny for one early on. We only have 1,500 crowns, and we can get a little bit for selling the furs. I'd rather sell it at a castle because they'll offer us more. This is a great pickup right there. A war fork. That'll give us plus 10% to hit from a ranged character in the back, and it's only 171. I'm going to invest in that right now. They want us to go murder some thieves for 330. We are absolutely not going to do that because it's way too difficult in our current situation. I mostly want to buy farmers right now for under 200 gold, so if we can't find some, we'll come back and we'll buy Heimrat at 450 as a lumberjack. It's just not ideal for now to spend that much money on one character. Let's move over to Norrspiria. Also, these mountains give you super extended vision, and the hills down here, the gray ones, give you moderate vision. Nighttime gives you reduced vision, so walking next to a forest or in a forest at night is a really bad idea. And if you want to see extra far, walking on those mountains, even though you move really slow, is a potentially good idea. Just to prevent being ambushed. They have no men's here. They have no gear we can afford. They do, however, have relatively cheap tools. I know we're going to need some, so let's grab a few. This is something I really want in a zero-death campaign, is cheap padded leather. I also want some relatively cheap helmets. Unfortunately, they only have relatively expensive helmets. Now, I will be doing archery in the very beginning, just because we start with bows. I'll probably get rid of those as soon as we can afford to do so, but obviously in the beginning, I'm not going to immediately buy javelins, because we just won't be able to buy any mans or do anything. So we'll try to get rid of those archer bows as soon as possible. I'll use them until it's like prudent to get rid of them. Somewhere in the first 20 days, I'm sure. Ooh. So these warhounds are actually really cheap at 174. Now, there's two kinds of hounds in the game. There's the northern hounds and the southern hounds. These are the southern hounds. They have higher initiative and one additional action point, but they have a lot less hit points than the northern hounds. So the northern hounds are a little bit more tankier, but they're slower and they don't attack as much. Either way, this is a really good deal, and one of these might help us avoid a death, so we'll pick one up. And that's it. So no man's worth buying, and off we go. And now it's becoming evening, so I'm going to be very careful here as our vision gets reduced because it's getting darker to walk extra far away from the forest. I cannot tell you how many times I've had a zero death campaign end by dire wolves jumping out of the forest in the evening. It's just avoid it like the plague. Both of the quests here are unfortunately going to be way too difficult, so we'll pass on those. And I suppose we'll just camp until the morning. Now, normally camping will increase your healing and repairing of gear 2 times, but right now we don't have anything to repair or heal. In the morning, we see an apprentice. Now, they're not necessarily too bad. They usually learn 10% faster than everyone else. I've had decent luck with them in the past, so I really want farmers, though, more than anything. And since we're going to the southern farming lands, there's a very high opportunity for us to pick up farmers down there outside of the wooded areas. So let's just not bother to recruit anyone just yet. Nord holes. Jeez. Everyone's too expensive for us. I only want farmers right now. I just need tanks who won't die. They do, however, have a cheap shield, so we'll buy one of those for 52. And they have more cheap padded leather armor, which is fantastic. I doubt there's any way we can get rid of the ambush trade routes. We'd have to finish this brigand problem, which we cannot deal with in our current state. Here it is. This is the sort of quest we're looking for. They want us to find a shattered stronghold. 300 crowns. Beautiful. That's something we can do. Not far to the west. Not far to the west probably means it's going to be right around this area. We can probably hit up these hills and get additional vision. I bet we'll find it in the forest up there. For our initial ambition, we're going to take Forge a Bond of Friendship. Basically, we do 2 quests for 1 city, and that will be fulfilled. The reason to do ambitions is they increase your renown points, which then unlock noble quests a little bit later on. Yep, as expected. Splinterdale. So for these quests, when it says not far to the west, that's what they mean. When they mean some distance, it's usually around here. And when they mean a long ways, it's usually right around here or thereabouts. Well, if we could clear this quest, we could reduce or remove the ambush trade routes. However, there's just no way we're fighting brigands right now. And I want to save my money to buy farmers in the southern lands, so we'll just move along. But I will actually invest the money to buy this 207 gold padded leather. It's a little bit cheaper now that we did 1 quest and we have higher rep with them. Ooh, straw hat for 40. Not a bad pickup either. I'm essentially just making sure that when we do get a couple of characters to sit in the front line, they're going to have some gear so they don't immediately die. And we have 2 more days of food. That's plenty. And off we go. Now, camp stat down here is probably going to be our best bet. They're a size 3 city. I think we'll find a decent amount of men down there. Also over here in this Campburg as a castle. So we'll move in that direction. Ah! This is actually an interesting opportunity here. I saw 5 brigands to the right, and we have a company over here with 9 men. So let's see if we can't get these brigands to follow us. This is a few raiders and a few thugs. Now, we absolutely with 3 men cannot fight them. However, we might be able to snipe the kills and get some early, easy loot if we can bait these 5 brigands to come down here and engage them with the support of the company. This is some next level strats right here, and this is a good way to make sure you have 0 deaths. Oh, look, the Lost Legion's down here as well. Come on, guys. Yeah, they just won't get close. Oh, they're coming out. And I messed it up. So we'll have to retreat, but then this is what's going to happen. They're going to get stuck there on that map for a couple of seconds. I will immediately, you know what? Let's immediately retreat this way. After the battle, these guys will be stuck on the map for a couple of seconds, and then we can engage them with the help of the company. Whoever gets the kill shots gets the gear, and that is how you do zero death, while also farming some half-decent gear early on. Yes, now we'll see they're stunned. I want to engage them before the second company comes up, because then we have less of a chance. They would have jumped in the fight as well. And then we have less of a chance to actually get the kill shots and get the loot. So now you can see here from the banner, it's the Barakrashes, assisted by this garrison. Fantastic. What we're looking for here is this lamellar armor, this helmet, this chain. This padded armor is not bad. That chain, this boar spear would be great. These daggers are great. Basically anything we can get our hands on while simultaneously applying zero risk. So we're going to wait. They'll come up. They'll get engaged in melee. I'm going to position myself right behind them so I can shoot over the shoulders for easy kill shots. And then it's just a matter of hoping we can get a little bit of luck, point blank, and with a little bit of patience. So this is probably a good place to explain the fundamental basics of the turn-based combat for those of you who are completely unaware of how it works. Essentially, you have 9 action points on every character. You can spend 2 of them to move on a normal tile. Now, a difficult tile like a swamp or snow might take 3 action points, and moving up or down in elevation also takes an additional action point. So normally you could move 2, 2, 2, and 2 for 4 squares away at a cost of 8 action points. Or maybe you move up a tile for 3 and then move 2, 2, 2, and that's all 9. For attacks, you have one-handed weapons that take 4 of your 9 action points, meaning you can attack twice if you don't move at all. Or you have two-handed weapons that can attack for 6 action points. And of course, later on we'll be exploring the perks and whatnot that change this up a little bit, make some things more efficient and other combos possible. But for now, that's the ultimate basics. And then every turn of combat has 2 rounds. You can pass in the first round, but if you pass in the second round, then you're done until the entirety of the next turn. Oh, that's the one I really wanted. That's unfortunate. So whoever gets the kill gets the loot. It's as simple as that. So I'm really just trying to snipe kills here. Additionally, you can see that there's white and blue flags on the screen. So when they go negative, they go to 3 different stages of white flags up to fleeing. And when they go positive, you get the 1 blue flag. The effects of those will throw up on the screen right now. But basically, it's plus or minus 10% in either direction, both for attack, defense, and also for morale. Here's our big opportunity, boys, right over the shoulder of this brigand. Now, his armor is probably destroyed, but the boar spear we could pick up. 39? Come on, skill! Well, we'll go first next time because we didn't use any of our fatigue. So we'll be much faster. We can move up there and get a bunch of shots before they get to go. And get a nice line of shot here with Cinnamon with the rock as well. 28's not great, but it's our only bet. All right, let's pray for luck because we're going to need it. 35% monk. Okay, here we go, boys. 39% me. Oh! Yes! We've picked up a buckler. That's so bad. Well, we also got 100 experience, 56 experience, 56 experience, and a full stack of food that's worth 50, and 128 gold, and a quarter stack of tools that's worth probably about 50 altogether. A couple of arrows, and a buckler. Now, I've had these fights work out much better where you get a whole bunch of armor and some other stuff. So, not the best, but also not the worst. If we could do that a couple of times and get some loot. 0 deaths, here we come. Wow, because this town has ambushed caravans, or trade routes rather, we can sell our furs for 436. Not gonna get a better deal than that. Absolutely amazing. They don't have anything I want, nor do they have any mans that are farmers. I could risk the brawler, but at this point, I'm really, really, really interested in only farmers. Because they have huge... Well, Bravo Wolf will explain why I want farmers more than anything else.
So, Battle Brothers has over 50 backgrounds for characters you can recruit, and each has a predefined starting attribute range for hit points, stamina, attack, defense, resolve, and initiative. Farmers are one of the backgrounds with high hit points up to 70 and high stamina up to 120, which means they can wear heavy armor and take hits, exactly what you want from an early to mid game frontline character.
The only quest we can do here is to deliver cargo to Torvald in Kochendorf, where we just came from in the north. I will probably do that. It's the only quest we're going to be able to do. Let's take it now. I want to take a quick jaunt down here to Campburg to check for their mans. Then we'll come up here to Kochendorf to turn in that quest for 300. The reason I'm doing this is because we gain 8 reputation with a camp stat every quest that we fulfill. Additionally, the reason I don't ask for more money when I do these quests is because just asking for money, regardless if they say yes or no, reduces the reputation immediately by 2. And I just want to maximize my reputation right now. I don't care about 6 extra gold. I really want reputation to the absolute highest. So hit up Campburg, and then we'll go up there. And I suppose since there's a decent chance we may get ambushed, we may as well upgrade our arms and armor right now. Make sure everyone has some backup weapons, a backup buckler just in case. Whoever has the highest melee skill can have this. These things will get repaired as well now. Basically, anything you have in a character is automatically being repaired. If you want to, you could use alt-click to set something to repair in the inventory as well. I think I'll just equip this farmer hat, and then hopefully maybe the farmers we see in new towns will want to join the party, because, you know, they're one of us, I guess. Looks like we've got 27 tools, 37 ammo, and 11 meds. The meds being used to heal injuries, not recovering hit points. Okay, camp bug. Wow. A militia. Militias are not bad.
Militia will typically have higher attack and defense, but lower hit points and stamina than farmers. But what really sets those two apart is resolve, which can go up to 45 on militia. Additionally, the potential for 48 ranged attack makes militia one of the backgrounds which could be used as a ranged melee hybrid, should you find one with stars on both types of attack.
Maybe Bravo Wolf will explain why I'm considering this. Plus, that's a very nice Warfork there that I would have paid for anyway, and not bad padded armor this early on. 780. I'm going to take the plunge because we just can't find anyone anywhere at this point. It's getting kind of desperate. Let's see who this character is going to be. Also, let's grab some more food because we're going to need to feed all the mans. And this is some nice, decent tools down here as well. 216 is a good buy, but we've got enough that I don't have to worry about it. We can come back here later on if we need to. Ooh, a cheap spear, though. Spears are probably one of the most important things this early on. But we really don't need one since we have 2 Warforks. And new man. Looks like he got tough, but he only average rolled hit points. Looks like he average rolled fatigue, but he has a star. Ooh, a star in melee defense and max roll skill and an average melee attack. Not bad. I think we're going to rename him to Kiyosuke. Welcome to the squad. I want my fancy hat back. Kiyosuke can be the farmer. We'll of course give Kiyosuke strongest armor. Give him a shield, and the Warfork will actually put back here, or maybe on me, since I have a 54. That's not too bad to use it. So the goal with Kiyosuke is to put every single point into hit points, fatigue, and melee defense. He will actually be fairly decent, but he's going to need that spear, and it's right here. It's cheap. Let's buy it right now. 154, fantastic. Early game spears are one of the strongest things in the game. They give you plus 20% to hit. And for characters with 58 to hit, that is a huge difference. Basically halves the number of times you're gonna miss. In any event, we're off to Kochendorf. Oh, by the way, so I have all of the specs for this entire campaign completely planned out, but I can't really work them into this episode. So instead, if you're interested, link in the description down below to hop on our Discord, where there's a pinned message with all of the builds I plan to use in this campaign. It's going to be in the Battle Brothers channel. Check the pin up top. Footprints came out of the swamp, and they're moving over here. I want to be very careful. There we go. 5 brigands engaging what? 2 webnecks. A brigand, poacher, and some thugs. That's actually a perfect opportunity for us to pick up some easy kills. In we go. So in a normal fight, your characters always start on the west and they faced east, and the enemy always starts on the east and they faced west. It's very easy to figure out who's who on what side of the team as such. However, in these multi-group fights, you start in the south, and again, you're always facing east, and your enemies are all going to be facing west, but they're going to be up in the east and west areas fighting each other. Hopefully, that makes sense. I can see the spiders are here. The other one was here. One just died. I saw the poacher was back here someplace. There he is. There we go. Very good. Ooh. Ooh. 51-34. No, double 34s there, actually. So we can't see him, but I can definitely get closer. We cannot allow Cinnamon to get hit, but fortunately we will go first, and then we can retreat. Oh, wait. Cinnamon has to run far, far, far away. Someplace much more safe behind the trees. Fantastic. We wait for the shield wall to come down, we'll have better odds. Wow, that guy just doesn't hit, or doesn't miss. Need to push on him and he'll run away. We're going to release the Hound down here. For every character you have that's surrounding an enemy, you get a flanking bonus to hit with melee weapons of 5%. So that'll give us 5% there. Plus we'll get 4 attacks. What's his name? Emerald, the war dog. Come on, Emerald, the war dog. Oh, well. 43 on this poacher. Yeah, how do you like it, buddy? I'm actually going to swap out Monk for the Warfork, since we have good proximity. Next turn, we can make plus 10 from the Warfork, plus 5 from the 2 attackers. Yeah, plus we're going to get engaged in melee anyway. There it is, little Everog. You're the best. Unless there's someone else who's also the best. 43, badoo. I'm going to do the same thing. Grab the Warfork to get ready. All right, boys. If I wait, we'll get better odds, but he gets to go on 2 turns. Let's risk the 61. Oh, well. He was so fatigued from fighting the spiders that he can only swing once. Oh, 32% rock on the face, huh? Every time you move next to a character, they roll a resolve check to potentially reduce their or increase their panic, and that reduces all their stats by 10%. So what I'm going to try to do here is get very close to go for exactly that with Kiyosuke. Yep, there we go. Awesome. He's now breaking. Ooh! Meaning he missed one of his 252s. But he's now running away. Fantastic. Run them down, all of them. I mean, considering we got 4 characters, that's not bad. 164 experience, first level. Wound, 134. Good, good, good. For the loot, we picked up a fantastic full leather cap. Not 1, but 2 shields. This saves us like 200 gold, because I was going to buy those anyway. We got an additional quiver, which we can use for a while on probably myself. Half a stack of tools, worth a good 100. Half a stack of arrows, worth probably like 75. Well, it says it's worth 38, but we would have paid 75. 57 gold. That was great. Especially considering 4 characters. Really pays to see what was coming and where it was going and go scout it out. Hey, there's farms over here. Let's make a quick jump to Allback. See if we can't find some farmers. Well, what do you know? This is what we've been waiting for. Unfortunately, we can only afford 1. Let's level up my character. +4 in ranged every single time. Additionally, I want insane initiative. So when I get +4, I'm going to take said +4. And I do intend to go lots of hit points, but only when I don't max roll fatigue, so we'll grab the fatigue as well. I'm not interested in range defense on my character. I'll have a shield to start most battles later on, and I'll drop it also later on. So for the ranged openers, which are Javelineers, actually for almost every class in the entire game, I'm going to start out by going 9 lives. Now, a lot of people think this is a useless perk. I actually think it's one of the strongest perks in the entire game. And the reason for that is purely mathematical. So everyone in Battle Brothers is capped to a minimum of 5% to hit. No matter how beaten up or broken or dilapidated you are, you still have 5% to hit. And what that means is 5% is not a lot, but if you look at the number of attacks in a single battle, what are the chances of someone getting 2 5% chances in a row? That's 1 in 400. But how many attacks does an enemy take in a battle? And how many attacks do they take in a campaign? They take so many, it's virtually guaranteed you're going to have multiple back-to-back 5% enemy hits on you at some point. And that is where 9 lives chops off the head of the worst RNG in the game. And that is how we're going to get 0 deaths. It also allows us to play a lot more aggressively. So everyone in my entire roster is going to get 9 lives, with the exception of my ranged finishers in the back, because they'll always have a kite shield, and I really don't think they're going to need it. Anyways, let's upgrade Kiyosuke's helmet. And I'll give myself these extra arrows. And we're off. We're currently paying 47 crowns a day, so we can afford 1 man. They're all identical, except this one doesn't have a hat. So do I want to pay 40, 50, 60, 70 for a hat? No, I don't. Especially when we have a straw hat. So let's buy the cheapest Thorben and see what we get. Thorben the farmer has melee defense. He's got hit points. He starts with 68. He's got high fatigue at 108. He is a bleeder, but that doesn't matter at all. He's another good frontline character for sure. We'll give him the best frontline gear that we have. And for now, we'll stick with the wooden stick, but we're going to be looking for a spear as soon as possible. We'll come back here and grab some more of those farmers in the not-too-distant future, but first, this quest. Public execution, rebuilding effort. You don't say. They have a high demand for lumber, and just to the south is a lot of lumber. All right. Let's capitalize, or try to capitalize on this. Let's go to Nordholz and see how much that lumber is worth. Unfortunately, they still have the ambush trade routes. If we could clear that off, that lumber would be worth a lot less. For now, it's 241. You really can't risk clearing it off with only 5 men. 300 crowns.
But there was a cheap dayteller in the recruitment pool. They have almost perfectly average attribute ranges, so they are not the worst background to recruit, but you can't expect much from them either. Still, this one was enough to tempt XAVIER into taking the quest.
I think we can do it. Here's how we're going to do it. Bertholf, 130. We hire him up. Let's see what he has. 56 melee skill and fatigue. He's not great, but he's okay for now. We forgot to rename Thorben here. Thorben will now become Goose, so welcome to the squad. Some more frontline gear here for Bertholf. Additionally, let's grab these war forks and apply them more aptly. We're really not going to hit anything with the staff sling, so we'll go here on Cinnamon for now. The wound Cinnamon has reduces melee and range skill by 20, which is an issue. However, plus 10 on the war fork is better than the sling, which is just going to be extremely low chance to hit. At least with the Warfork, we can surround enemies, which is why I just bought Bertolf here, who will now become the brand new Ben. Welcome. I'll give myself some dirty rags so I can give Ben something nice. We'll steal Cinnamon's hat because whoever needed a hat, right? There we go. This is a risky proposition, but a proposition I am willing to take. To clear this off and make a ton of money trading this wood at a huge profit. I really just want one helmet, 33, that is perfect. And we'll grab that to Cinnamon. All right, let us do our first real quest. To clear the brigand camp, drive off the brigands at the Viper's Den west, 300 crowns, except this, if we do it, will clear the ambush trade routes, which will make these wood go down significantly and give us higher rep, making it go down even more. Zoom. A few raiders and some thugs. This is going to take a lot of skill. Hopefully we get good terrain. So what we can see is that they have one raider down here with beautiful chain, beautiful helmet. They've got thug over here, thug here, thug here with nice padded armor. Another raider with lamellar but no helmet. He also has a falchion with plus 10 to hit. And another thug. So the plan is going to be to utilize the high ground. High ground gives you 10 to hit, which is a huge benefit. How can we best utilize that on everyone? I know they're going to charge us. Here's how we do it. We fall back to these two tiles. At least we'll have 2 elevated high grounds. 3 if we get the 2 archers way back there. So Cinnamon in that position. I'll come to this position. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't get to us this turn, and they have no ranged. So they'll just charge out into the open. And there's our setup. No sense in taking the shot now because the arrows degrade over range. Minus 4% per tile of distance, so we'll wait till they close for better odds. I'd really rather... So we could have decent odds here with 245s, but I would really rather kill a couple of the softly armored ones to start breaking the morale. I feel like that's a much better early opportunity. We'll fall back with Cinnamon to this tile. We still have the elevation if they come down here, and this will allow Ben to get up there. Awesome. I don't see a huge value in using the spear wall. They're going to move here, 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 and probably here. I guess there's some value to it, but if I use it, I think what they're going to do is move around to the side, and that's going to royally screw with us. So I'm not going to use it. Then this way we'll keep up our fatigue. Now we take all of our shots. 39. Well, I suppose 39's none too bad. Monk. Right in the noggin. Wow, Monk, double 39s. What the? And I follow up with a 40. Boys, I done got the skill. Now, there is a brigand in that fern over here that we can't see. So if we shoot here, we may hit him, and that's probably fine. Yeah, at least we reveal him. This one's going to move once and then attack next turn with the axe. That's okay. We don't need to spend the shield wall just now. Again, we'll wait for Kiyosuke. We'll wait with Goose. Come on, boss. They charged all the way around, no surprise. Wow! He tried to run away and failed. We hit him in the head with the club, and then he attacked back and hit us in the head. I'm sorry, we hit him in the chest, and then he attacked back and hit us in the head with the axe, which does double damage. Very, very, very bad. Cinnamon, 63. We could increase these odds quite a bit by coming down the hill over here. Actually, we'd increase them a lot if we took the low ground down there as well. I think we'll wait. I'm up with a 50 over here on the one unarmored one. Cross the map. Unfortunate. Ben really has to throw up the shield wall. I may go for the Nuggin bunk, but we'll wait. Kiyosuke double 53s. I want to move in for the resolve checks. Also shield wall on Goose. Hold the line. Now, Monk has 258s, or he can release a Hound. The problem is the Hound, if it gets hit with the axe from high ground, will be instantly one-shot, and there's 2 axes. It's too dangerous. So let's take 258s instead. God, Monk! He just hasn't missed. He hasn't missed, and this one's about to start one more. He goes from wavering to breaking to fleeing. That is fantastic. Does Cinnamon have a shield? She does. So if I attack, I can't pull out the shield because pulling the shield out takes 4 equipment points. I'm actually going to equip the shield and not go for the attack since we killed this one over here with Monk. And instead, if I knock him away, he'll have to move back and take one attack. We have a 62% chance on that. Whereas if I leave him here, he can attack twice. So let's bonk him back. Beautiful work, Cinnamon, just buying some time. And this is a good opportunity for Ben to actually move away here, since he's kind of a one-shot now. Great. Great, great, great. My 2 arrows, 44, 40. All right, 44 it is. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Boys, we are doing it. Oh, God, Cinnamon, no!
Close call highlight. Had that 62% chance buckler knockback failed, Cinnamon could have been hit 3 times instead of 2, and that would have been the end of Zero Deaths campaign. Close call highlight brought to you by Bravo having editing fun.
Now, here's the thing with this Raider. We're not going to be able to chew through his armor. We're going to have to break him with morale, which means it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to try to shoot him at all. Let's try to kill his friend with a 48, and we'll unleash the Warhound, who will additionally have another attack from below. Holy mother of Monk. You have... just... wow. Just wow, Monk. He's fleeing. If we can surround him, we can farm his gear if we had a knife. Unfortunately, well, I was going to say unfortunately we don't have any, but Goose came with a knife I forgot about. Okay. Let's have Monk move over in this direction. Let's get Cinnamon behind him, since I know he's going to run around in that direction. Boy, that guy just hit double 40s, huh? Bonking him off the high ground with a 66, so it doesn't really mean too much because he can just come right back up and we can't move over there. So our best bet is just hold the line here with a shield wall on Goose. And maybe have Ben try to keep this guy from running away. He's too low health to engage them anyway. I want to reserve Goose's fatigue so we can shield wall a few more turns. That guy just doesn't miss. 40, 40, 40, 40. He's hit 4 40s, and we are now double bleeding, which is extremely bad. Oh, Lord. 27-52 me. Thank the Lord for that. Kiyosuke, we need you. Damn it, he's got repost up, but I feel like if I allow him to attack Goose, 1 hit and Goose is dead. So I gotta kinda risk it. If I waited, his shield wall would drop, but he's probably gonna attack. Let's knock him away, 63. I wonder if Monk can actually kill this one by shooting across the universe by mistake. It almost looked like he was going to. At this point, let's take the bow off so that Monk can use his fist to hold this guy in place, this Raider. I don't want to hit him with any weapons whatsoever because I want to farm all of his gear. That's a huge, huge, huge gear farm right there. We could try to stun him, 57%. We only have a 75% if we hit the 57%. It might be worth it. There we go. He's stunned. Fantastic. Have to shield wall again with Goose. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Goose is crying now. This is just bad news. He's got to miss some of these 40s. Whew. So he finally missed a 40, and he's exhausted, so he can't attack again. This Raider goes in 5 turns. I'm going to have to shoot him, I think, with a 42 twice. Hope for a hit, or we could kill his friend, maybe. No, I think going for the Raider on the below ground 42 twice. Whoo! Well, actually only once because of fatigue. Okay. At this point, I feel like we really have to release the Hound over in this direction. So the Hound takes 3 action points. Let's run in that direction. We'll drop it right here. He should jump down here and attack that one. But at least surround him for more panic and also more aim for Kiyosuke on high. 80. 80. There it is. This one's now breaking and completely exhausted. Go for another stun. Whoo! 52 with 75 Ben. This was unbelievably, ridiculously close. Another shield wall with Goose. Goose is bleeding for 5. 2 more turns, twice. So he'll be okay-ish. Goose is also the one with the dagger. We need to go farm this one. Surround. Yeah! Woo! Everog made him break, boys. This is what we're talking about. Let's get back to hold this raider in place at full armor with our punch. Meanwhile, Kiyosuke, finish him up. Fantastic. Goose is now bleeding for one more thing for 5, so he'll be down to 14 hit points. We can move him into position to pull out our dagger soon. No more abilities to stun, but that's okay. He's going to try to run, and everyone's like, punch, punch, punch. This is 0 deaths, boys. Excitement, edgy a seat. The only problem is Amarog's actually going to bite off his armor, and we need to farm him with Goose, which is not going to be easy. So we're going to use Puncture. It's 4 action points, takes 20 fatigue, negative 15% chance to hit. Oh well. I really hope Amarog doesn't ruin the armor for us before we can get this done. Hey guys, a quick editing note here. I'm looking through this fight, and Bravo spent hours working on all the stuff in this fight. It's ridiculous. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, I would very much appreciate it if you left a like on this episode. It being the first episode of the series, it has a huge impact on the algorithm. In any event, hope you guys are enjoying, and now back to the video. 124 all around, 191 Kiyosuke, 166, 174 Monk. That was ridiculously close. We didn't get the armor because of Amarog. However, we did get a helmet, which is fantastic. A tier 2 axe, which is worth a pretty penny. We also picked up a tier 2 dagger, making farming in the future easier. Half a stack of tools, which is worth at least 100 to us. Another 157, some food. We finished the quest. We can go turn this in and trade wood for days. That was ridiculously difficult, but super fun too. Let's get away from the forest before we die. No longer has ambush trade routes. Very good. 196. Yoink, yoink, yoink. We'll buy all 3 of them. We will now come up here to Kochendorf, and we will exchange them. Since they have a rebuilding effort, they really want this wood for barely any more. 26. Well, we made 200 gold, so huzzah. I was expecting a lot more, to be honest. We also picked up levels, though. Kiyosuke, 9 lives, fantastic. As a frontline man, we're going to go melee defense every time, hit points every time, and likely fatigue every time. Not even going to worry about the melee skill. I just want solid, solid, solid tanks. Although I do see his resolve is low, but when it's affordable, grab it. Good upgrades. Cinnamon's going to be one of our ranged characters, so range skill it is. We also want initiative if Cinnamon's going to be one of the finishers, or openers rather, with javelins, so I suppose the answer to that is yes. And a little bit of fatigue. If we're an opener, we do want to go 9 lives. And this opens us up to Monk now, who is also going to go range skill, fatigue, and you know what, we'll take some initiative for him as well. However, he's going to be a ranged finisher, which means we're actually going to go Colossus on him and skip 9 lives, bumping him up to 68 hit points. So at this point, I'm fine with selling most of this stuff that I don't see a huge value in. We'll eat this food before it spoils, that's fine. Let's buy a XAVIER. It's 204, but absolutely 100% worth it for the plus 20% to hit instead of the bash here. We'll give that to Goose. Let's give probably Kiyosuke our best helmet. Second best to Ben. Fantastic. And our second best melee aim character. It looks like Kiyosuke's going to get the dagger. Good, good, good. And Cinnamon should really go back to using the bow now. And this is all around a good solid start to 0 deaths. Doesn't hurt to have this wooden stick as a backup weapon as well. The fatigue penalty is only half, so it's going to be -3 fatigue, and then we have the option of going for chain stuns occasionally. At this point, we really need to heal up, though, and we need to go find some more farmers. We got a decent amount of money. We're at 6 characters. Good, good, good. All right, so at this stage, we have 2 options. One is to sit here and camp to recover all of our injuries and our hit points and our armor. Or option 2, which is what I'm going to do, since we'll be sitting here doing nothing for a day, I'm going to instead take this caravan escort quest to Campstat about 2 days to the south. Now, these are very dangerous. However, the way that I figure this is a smart idea is, 1, it's rather low paying, so 810 total, low likelihood of being ambushed. 2, it brings us right where we want down here in Campstat anyway, this being the nearby town where we can get more requests and possibly recruit more mans and also get more rep. And 3, if we fail this mission, or if we do get ambushed and we have to run away, we only really lose rep with Konchendorf. If we succeed, we actually gained a little bit of rep with Campstat, and they'll be well supplied, giving them a whole bunch more stuff that we can buy. So I think it makes sense, all in all. Now, these are very dangerous, so I'd be extremely careful when selecting them. Along the road as well, I figure there's very few places something will spawn naturally, except for maybe right here. We'll have a little bit of a scare as we move through this area. But the rest of the way is pretty clean and open. We also have a watchtower down here and a watchtower over there, so should be relatively safe. Let's see. We have found the greatest magnet for a mugging you've ever seen. Oh my god. The finest silks, and his fingers glisten with jewelry. Boys, let's rob him. Badoo! A totally drunk, good-looking man. Your relations to House Niedergard have suffered. Well, however, we got furs, we got 38 crowns, and we got a signet ring. Let's check our relations with House Niedergard, shall we? Wow. They went down a lot. Like 15 or so. I didn't realize it would be that much. Here's the risky part. Right here. Unfortunately, it's the daytime now. We can see further. Okay. Yeah, clean and clear. And the Campstat is well supplied, and we get in just before the nighttime. So they're looking for a rebuilding effort. Okay, they want the wood. There's witch burnings, and they're going to have a lot of decent gear. So let's see what we can do in this town today. There's no mans of import. However, we're down to no meds. We've got 1,000 gold. They've got good meds. They've got a good spear. More importantly, they've got a nice 500 gold. Ooh, 500 gold helmet, 226 padded armor. We want to keep our mans alive. Also, really nice Akating caps that are relatively cheap. This is the value of getting a town that's good supplied. Or well supplied. If we're going to go for survivability, well, then we need to go for survivability. Let's just go for it. 200, 500. Now, that helmet is going to be 115 survivability, which is amazing. The padded leather is our third one, so everyone in the front line now has padded leather. Let's upgrade Ben, I suppose, and stick him on the outside. I'm actually going to go back and buy the speeder now for 115, which is a good deal. 110, rather. Now everyone on the front line has a spear. We can go for the full leather in the front. I can drop off the loincloth for the gambeson now, which is a giant upgrade. And in fact, I think we'll buy one more gambeson for a monk. Yeah, you know what? At 170, I don't think we will. Never mind. We'll try to get that soon, but we can't. Actually, look at this. They'll buy our furs for 351. They'll buy the signet ring for 246. Okay. And we really don't need this hand axe. It makes sense to sell it, but there's not a lot of tools available to us right now, so... Or, sorry, it makes sense to repair it before we sell it, but since we don't have many tools that are available and cheap, we'll just sell it as it is. And we're back up. Let's at least buy the padded surcoat. It's less money. I don't want to spend all the money on the gambeson. I just want to get rid of the frigging loincloth. Awesome. Now this is very strong. Make sure I have a melee weapon. That is a huge upgrade all around. Spent a lot of money on gear, but if you want 0 deaths, that's the way to make it happen. Let's buy the Akaton as well. And while we're here, let's also buy the full Akaton. So a full Akaton on the front line for a 50. Fantastic. In the back row, we'll get the little dopies. Much better. Now, let's see what this quest is here in town. An audience with an audacious act of thievery. 320 crowns. I think we can do that in our new gear. I think we're actually at the point now where we can kill low-level thugs, no problem. Seven feeds, yep, let's see. So the plan here is I want that dagger. That's a scary mace. Another dagger. Another dagger. Holy farmability, Batman. They do have padded Gambison. Wouldn't mind these things, but they're not super important. If we were to take the high ground and stick some of our archers back here, this would be our best bet. So let's make that a reality. We'll form a spear wall. They don't have any range characters, so they will indeed rush us. Fortunately, we don't get to go before them. So we're really not going to be able to do the whole spear wall. I can have Ben do his part at least. We can have Kiyosuke help down here. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that we can't get to that high ground, but we'll jump down. They can move up, and then they can move through into the high ground. And I don't dare move over there, so that's unfortunate. Either way, though, we have one spear wall up, so what they're likely to do is probably nothing. 45% easy first kill is what we're going to go for to induce panic, and otherwise, stab, stab. I think all these guys are going to wait for us because we have two spear walls. Let's see. Yeah, everyone but that one. And I bet he will take the hill, which means I need to move off of it after I take one shot. I'm gonna hold the line down here so they can't engage Monk. Yeah, run away, you dopies. Perfect. Now we can hold them both in place and we'll have nice, clean arrow shots right into their face.
Sling headshots inflict dazed, 2-turn penalty to damage, initiative, and max stamina, which is particularly good debuff for enemies you cannot stun, like orc warriors or unholds. But don't fight those with slings. Grab an awesome two-handed mace, which inflicts daze with regular attack and can also stun for 2 turns.
What? Did he seriously just pierce me? Holy bananas, boy. Alright, fine. I'll give you a bit of the old noggin bunk. You like it, you dope. You like that? So he's stunned, meaning we have the opportunity to move away, not proccing the attack of opportunity. This is turning into a more difficult fight than it really should be. There we go. That guy has not missed a 51%. Whoo! Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 promotions. That was a little sneaky when that guy pierced me, but alas, it's what a pierce is gonna do. We picked up 1 Gambison, 2 of the fancy daggers. You guys just saw how much those things can do piercing versus the old daggers. Very nice. and not too much else. So first, let's give our promotions out. Ben is absolutely going to need to get that 9 lives. Additionally, as a tank, we're going to want him to have melee defense, hit points, and fatigue. So we'll get those 3 things. On Goose, we're also going to want 9 lives. And once again, melee defense. Ooh, we have to take the resolve. It's a max roll when we get the option. We'll forego the fatigue for hit points on the tanks. For myself, it's now Steel Brow to keep myself alive, which nullifies the extra 50% damage you get for getting shot in the head or hit in the head any which way. Of course, we're going to do range skill, hit points, and initiative. Beautiful. Now, most people would go fatigue, but I actually really want my Javelineers to go first. I want about 130 initiative, maybe 135. So until I get there, I'm going to be prioritizing initiative. Monk is a little bit different because he is actually a finisher. He's still, wow, yeah, I'm not going to care too much about his initiative. I think he's actually permanently fine where he is. So let's go for the resolve when we get it. And you know what? We're going to forgo the fatigue for the hit points. Because we have skill in fatigue, meaning we'll, in general, have a max roll like half the time. Whereas we're only going to get a max roll a third of the time on resolve and hit points. That is a nice upgrade. Now, our best aim melee characters. Kiyosuke, he already has a good knife. Now, for comparison, this knife here is 15 to 25, whereas this one here is 15 to 35. On the high end, it does a lot more. So we can toss knives out. Ben didn't even have one. The entire front line now has the dagger. And then we can even start giving backline characters knives as well. Like, say, myself. Great. Like how I just got all that padded gambus in it. They're just completely bypassed it by stabbing me through it. Great. Anyway, not a bad upgrade. We'll turn it in. Well, they have relatively cheap amber, but there's no place we know that we can sell it very good. We're low on tools, which means we're going to have to go to the castle off to the west. A net would not be a bad idea right now. It may be time to start investing in javelins, that or men. I think I'm going to grab a javelin. We've got a decent amount of money right now. Let's give that 1 javelin to myself. In lieu of the extra arrows, we'll swap the javelins in, and then later on when we get more javelins, we'll drop the arrows completely. But for now, we need tools pretty desperately. You know what? Let's buy 1 med kit while we're here. 464 remaining. Off to buy tools at Campberg. And the reason I'm so sure there's tools here is because they have a workshop, which means they always have tools. And they should be relatively decently priced. Yep, 216. What do they have for armor? Nothing. Nothing of interest here. So we need to go off to the east, and we have 2 options. 1 is to walk 4,000 miles down here. 2 is to take a boat. I'm not too happy about having low relations with them, but since I don't really need to buy stuff from their castle, it's probably not too bad. Let's see what the boat is going to cost us to get down to Holmwick in the southeast. 130. We can do that if we muster up some more funds, so we're not completely broke when we get there. Okay, that'll give us enough for 1 day. To Holmwick we go. They too are in a rebuilding effort and want wood. They have essentially nothing but relatively cheap javelins. They have been recently raided. Oh, they want us to go to the northeast, which is where we're going anyway. All right, we'll do that. Right up here. All right, fine. Let's go for it. $600 crown brigands seems too steep for us. I don't think that's going to be a possibility. We'll spend the night coming back to Erlachfest just to see what they have for gear and mans. Then we'll come back to Middelfels and see what they have for gear and mans. Warehouse burnt down. Everything's being sold at higher prices. Well, for mans, they have nothing. For gear, they have nothing. Nothing really here either. So we need kind of a quest pretty soon. There's one more hope in Sonmark. Oh, actually, let's go see what this is all about, because there's a watchtower. Sonmark's relatively big. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of militia in town. Well, whatever it was, I think just got wrecked by the militia in the camp, the militia in the tower, and the militia in the town. There's a lot of militia. And they have ambushed caravans. With nothing else of value, and probably another Brigand's quest that's a little... Yeah, it's the same thing as the last one. It's just too much for us. 620 is going to involve raiders, and I am not confident we can take out raiders right now. It's just not a smart idea until we can find some more better man. So, down here was a complete bust. Back to the north. Oh. Oh, whoa! Some raiders and a few thugs. A raider and many thugs. Okay, now we can't really handle these things, but we did just see not one, not two, but 3 militia back down the road, didn't we? There's a trading caravan. If I do this right, I can engage just the some raiders and a few thugs with the trading caravan, which has hands and guards. I'm not sure if those hands and guards can handle this, but maybe. Pretty sure they're going to attack it, though. It's like, actually, no, they're not. Okay. Back to Sonmark. That militia is what we want, then. Oh, the second one went after the caravan. Interesting. And there's something else going on over here, which is scaring these brigands away, not surprisingly. Let's go after these ones. A raider, many thugs while they're fighting the caravan. Oh, wow. There's the raider. Beautiful chain gear. It's actually great that they're going to split up like this. I'm going to try to farm that chain. Let them come to us. Should I actually try to do it now? I don't know. We'll see. Let's move up and finish that one off. Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to try it. Let's use these new shiny daggers. 33%. Oh, well. Shut the tree off so we can see a little bit more cleanly. He's going to get a couple of decent hits. Not too bad, though. Takes 4 action points to swap the weapons, meaning this first turn we don't get too many attacks. Come on, Kiyosuke. 38. There it is. Woo! Already breaking. This is what I like to see. Let's see if Cinnamon can't yoink this kill. Woo! There it is, boss. There it is. Also, he dropped the mace and he dropped the buckler. Yoink! That's made all the caravan guards very happy. All right, well, we wanted to farm that raider, and that's the only thing we did. Amazing. Kiyosuke got a level. There is our beautiful worn mail shirt, 110. We also picked up the Morning Star, which is fantastic for repairing and selling. Some half a stack of tools, 76 gold, half a stack of arrows. Great result there. First, let's level up Kiyosuke. We're going to go for Steel Brow without a doubt. We're going to give him all of the tanking perks as per usual, except his resolve is too low. When we get a max roll, we'll take it. Melee defense and probably hit points. He's been our #1 tank, so let's give him the mail shirt. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to give myself the leather, because I want to look good. Should have given this Gambison to Cinnamon. Didn't realize I had it there. And then let's set the Morning Star to repair so we can get extra money out of it, because I think we can just keep buying more tools when we go back to the west. Now, that other group of brigands is down here to the south. 7. This is dangerous because it's nighttime. Yeah, they're going to come after us. That's what I want. But be careful not to mess this up. I have to get them in such a way that they don't see the militia. There it is. Oh, because it was nighttime, they didn't see the militia. So now we can definitely engage them. I think the militia will catch up. Yeah, they're not going to engage us. I don't have to worry about that. I just need to have the militia be close enough. My guess is they need to be almost exactly this far away. So we'll wait. Oh, this is going to be great. Come on, guys. Why is one of them slower than the other? I only want one group of militia because 2 will be really slow to play. And then also they'll get too many kill shots. Oh, more brigands. Some 6 raiders, you say. Wow. They're going to go after the caravan, and they've immediately reduced the caravan. That caravan's dead. And wow, this is just the swamp of brigands. Holy. Oh, this is shaping up to be one hell of a battle. 15 militia, 14 militia. I hope they're coming over all right. These guys are close enough that they're all going to reinforce each other. So I need to wait for this militia to engage, and this is going to be the biggest battle I've ever played in my entire life because I need this militia to engage as well. Oh boy, this is some serious business. Okay, well, 29 militia versus 26 brigands and me. I don't even know what to say about this. We have some raiders. That's 4, 5, or 6. We have 6 raiders here, and that is, in the distance, a few poachers and many thugs. Okay, well, let's do it. 35 versus 24 this early in the game. Ah, there's a flail. Flails are super awesome this early in the game. A truly asinine amount of moves just occurred. Wow. Oh, nice moves. I was worried that guy was going to kill our leather. So this Brigand Raider has an arming sword. That's a tier 3 sword. That is very nice. I'm going to move up here to try to farm this flail. Never mind the leather. I like the leather, but never mind it. So 3 militia have fallen, and 5 of the raiders have fallen so far. What I can gather is going on here, and this is very surprising. All of the poachers and thugs in that one last group in the back got placed in the northern part of the map, and all of the raiders got placed in the south. And because all of the poachers died, they procced resolve rolls on all of the raiders. And it happened enough times that the raiders actually got the short end of the stick here. They shouldn't be crying this early, this fast, having all of their guys basically at full health nearby. So we're essentially surrounding 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 raiders if we can stop this one from running away. And that's a boar speeder as well. As much as I don't want to abandon this, my God. 9 turns, 5 turns, 3 turns. I believe the 2 of us here can handle that. So you know what? Let's actually charge out here to prevent both of them from running away. Yeah, we had to take the one swing, which was a 36, not too high. But now, hopefully, with our spear, we can keep them close and maybe farm them for gear. Yes, give me the gear. I'm scared about going next to that guy with the arming sword. The kite shield's really nice too. So is the helmet. So is the helmet over here. These is all just great stuff. Yeah, they're trying to run. Good job holding them in place, Kiyosuke. Same deal over there. Oh, that's interesting. This one just repelled the Brigand Raider with an arming sword down into Monk. Not a fan of that. Oh, never mind. He panicked. Oh, that arming sword's really what I want. Damn it. That was a bad move. I'm gonna try to go for the quadruple pierce here in a minute. Nice. We got the kill over there and the boar spear. Very nice. What a bloody mess. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at this battlefield. Holy. All right, boys, I got this. 47. I want to kind of wait for this one to go first, though, just in case. Okay, there we go. Just in case he hit twice. Good. I'd really prefer not to hit the helmet. Oh, well. Good. There we go, boss. 47. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've missed 147 and 2 49s. 44 on Goose. There it is. Ooh, that's a flail. That was a different guy. Did we get the arming sword, I wonder? Something dropped over here, but I can't see the loot. It dropped over here. I guess we'll find out soon enough. I'm not even sure where the last guy is. Probably up here someplace. Emerald will go find him for us. And easy farm. What a bloody freaking mess. The militia lost 5 guys. But we just cleared not 1, not 2, but 3 brigade raiding parties. Amazing. Cinnamon got a promotion. Goose got a promotion. 100 experience all around. Ooh, oh my god, we cheesed the game. Holy mother of cheese, Batman. We done found ourselves 2 full stacks of food, 3 stacks of gold, 1, 2, 3, 400, 4 meds, about almost a full stack of tools, half a stack of ammo, a tier 2 boar spear, which is fantastic. We found a tier 2 flail. Oh god, this is a huge... Well, we don't have anyone who can use it right now, but if we can get a good aim character, hell yes. Also a tier 3 arming sword. If we sell that, it's worth a ton, or we could hold on to it if we find a good attack character. We picked up 2 additional shields for when our other ones get broken. We picked up our first kite shield, and not 1, but actually 2 nasal helmets. One of them is even padded, so it's 110 versus 105. That has to be one of the most cheesiest results in the history of the game. And that is how you do 0 deaths. Oh my lord. In any event, we've got a lot of loot that we need to disperse and also level ups we need to do. So first and foremost, Goose is going to need the steel nugget to prevent getting crashed in the brains. Also, beautiful resolve. I want to get that to 50. I think we're actually going to go for the max roll fatigue since it's likely we'll get high armors anyway. And the defense. Beautiful. And Cinnamon's up next. Cinnamon, being one of the ranged opener characters, is going to go for a steel brow. And additionally, oh, there it is. +5 initiative, +4 range skill. Absolutely amazing. Good opportunity to get the resolve up as well. +4 on that. Fantastic. For the gear now, let's sort up. The front line, of course, needs strongest gear in the world. So let's give them the 110 on Goose, 110 helmet. Additionally, it looks like the back line now can finally actually get steel nuggets. I hate to say fare ye well to my beautiful hunter's hat, but the day has come, boys. That's like over 3 times armor upgrade. Absolutely insane. The full Akaton's going to be way better than The full leather cap, actually it's not way better. Technically it's just better. And the leather cap is actually better than the Akaton by 5, so that goes over here. The kite shield is the same melee defense as a wooden shield, but double the hit points and 10 additional range defense. So let's give that to our best tank, which as of yet has been Kiyosuke, plus he looks pretty good there. Additionally, we'll give him the boar spear. So for this last spear, I'd like to give it to some character. Let's do it this way. Let's have Monk actually take it. And on Cinnamon, I'm thinking, you know what? Let's drop the bandage and let's grab the war fork. We'll give the bandage to, let's say, Kiyosuke. All right, looking pretty strong. You know what? Kiyosuke doesn't make sense. He's most likely to be the tank in the thick of things. Let's give it to Ben instead, the bandage. He's more likely to be able to use it, and we'll give Kiyosuke the net here. And I suppose it does make some sense for me to take the arming sword instead of the knife, because it's unlikely I'm going to be farming gear, but if I ever get melee attacked, it'd be really good to have a plus 10 to hit weapon, which is what the arming sword does. And it hits like a truck at 40 to 45, which is pretty decent. We're just about done. Nope, we have the Gambus in here, which is an upgrade on Monk over the padded surcoat. Beautiful. Now we're done, and we have got so many upgrades. It's amazing. Oh, hello. Hold the phone, boys. Some raiders and a few thugs. So that's it for today's episode. At the end of every episode, we're going to track exactly how many crowns we earned. Today we got 3,600. We're going to track how many total levels we gained. Today we got 11. We also picked up 3 recruits and, of course, 0 deaths. By the Noble War, I want to have 12 characters, each with Nimble and Battleforge, which is rank 7. So we need 84 promotions, and we currently have 11. And as far as our campaign goals, we did indeed get 6 characters. We got leather and padded armor for everyone, steel brow on 5 out of 6, and we got metal helmets for 4 out of 6 characters. This was an outstanding first episode success. Anyways, if you guys are interested in seeing more, remember to hit the subscribe button, and otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. To try to shoot him at all. Let's try to kill his friend with a 48. And we'll unleash the Warhound, who will additionally have another attack from below. Holy mother of Monk! You have... just... wow.